What if I told you that there is a mysterious code hidden in US Vatican Secret Archives, an enigma that could change everything we know about the history of the Church? A researcher, examining ancient manuscripts kept under strict secrecy, found something the Church never wanted to come to light. What does this secret code can you reveal? Could it be a hidden message left centuries ago for those who dared to seek the truth? Or worse, a secret so disturbing that its revelation could shake the foundations of Christianity? The Vatican has always been shrouded in mystery and hidden secrets, with corridors that hold forbidden documents, forgotten prophecies, and books that were removed from the Bible. But why? What are they hiding? Over the centuries, few have had access to these archives, and those who dared question their contents often faced grim consequences. But now, this discovery may be about to expose one of the greatest secrets of the Catholic Church. This newly discovered code is not just a set of ancient symbols or an unimportant riddle. On the contrary, it may contain clues about events that have not yet happened, reveal hidden prophecies, or even challenge everything we have been taught about faith. What if it's a warning about something to come? Or worse, if that document reveals that have we been deceived for centuries? If you've always felt like there's something hidden behind the official history of Christianity, this video might be the missing piece to connect all the dots. But before we continue, I want to know your opinion. Do you believe that the Vatican hides secrets that have never been revealed to the public? Leave your comment now, because what you're about to discover could change your view of the Church forever. Now, let's get straight to the point. What exactly was discovered in the Vatican Secret Archives? Why did this code remain hidden for so long? And most importantly, why has the Church never talked about him? The discovery of this mysterious code in the Vatican's secret archives raises a disturbing question. Why has the Church always kept documents like this away from the public? What is it about these texts that could be so dangerous that they would be hidden for centuries? The answers may lie in this newfound enigma, a code that could contain hidden messages about the history of Christianity, forgotten prophecies, or even revelations that challenge everything we believe. But before we continue this investigation, I want to make a special invitation to you. If you feel in your heart that there is something greater behind these mysteries, leave your prayer request in the comments. Faith is our greatest tool to face uncertainty, and together we can form a powerful chain of prayer. Whether for answers, protection, or discernment, let's pray for each other. Write your prayer request below, and rest assured that we will intercede for you. And if this content is making you reflect, leave your like right now. This helps, so that more people have access to this information and awaken to these hidden issues. It is clear, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos about the secrets of the Vatican and the mysteries that the Church doesn't want you to discover. Now, continuing this journey of discovery, what exactly does this code mean? Could it be linked to a forgotten prophecy or something even darker? What's behind the closed doors of the Vatican? Let's go deeper into this. Investigation. The Vatican, one of the most powerful and enigmatic institutions in history, holds within its walls one of humanity's greatest mysteries. More than 85 kilometers of hidden documents, stored in protected vaults, locked archives and corridors where few dare tread. But what exactly is hidden inside? Forbidden texts, ancient manuscripts, papal correspondence, accounts of events that were never publicized, and even forgotten prophecies. Some scholars believe that the answer to many of the questions humanity asks about the origin of faith, the secrets of Christianity, and even future events may be stored in these archives. But there is something even more intriguing. What if within these documents a mysterious code has actually been found? A code that can contain hidden messages, predict events that are yet to come, or even reveal truths that have been erased over the centuries. The Church has always denied that there was anything of extreme importance in these secret files. But the evidence points to the opposite. If there is nothing to hide, why so much secrecy? Why so many restrictions on accessing these documents? Very few people in the world have had the chance to enter these archives, and among them are scholars who have dedicated their lives to researching religious history. Many report that, even after years of request, did not get permission to view certain texts. while others claim to have discovered fragments of writings that challenge everything we have been taught about Christianity. And now, this recent discovery of this code could be the missing piece to unravel one of the greatest mysteries ever hidden by the Vatican. But what kind of code is this? Was it found by chance, or was it intentionally hidden, waiting to be deciphered by someone who dared challenge the Church's secrets? Some researchers claim that it could be a theological code, a sequence of words and numbers that form hidden messages within ancient manuscripts. Others believe it could be a key to prohibited apocryphal texts, which were removed from the official Bible and mysteriously disappeared over the centuries. History is full of cases in which the Church tried to maintain absolute control over what information could be released to the public. Burned books, missing documents, banned manuscripts. All of this raises the suspicion that something bigger is being hidden. What if this code is proof of that? What if it is a lost connection between sacred texts and knowledge that should never be revealed? The most disturbing theory suggests that this code may be linked to hidden prophecies within the Vatican archives. Prophecies that, if revealed, could change the way we see faith, the Church, and even the future of humanity. Some scholars believe that these documents contain messages about events that have not yet happened, revelations about the end of times, about the Antichrist, and even about the true identity of historical figures who were fundamental to the construction of Christianity as we know it today. But there is an even more intriguing detail about this discovery. Does the Vatican know of the existence of this code? And if you know, why didn't you ever talk about him? Could it be because its content is too dangerous to publicize? Or because it would put centuries of dogmas and teachings that support the structure of the Church at risk? If we go back in time, we will find numerous examples of documents that were censored or completely erased from history because their content could challenge official doctrine. The Gospel of Judas, for example, is one of the apocryphal texts that was considered too dangerous to be included in the Bible. But what was he saying that was so threatening? He presented a different version of the relationship between Jesus and Judas, suggesting that the betrayal was part of a larger plan. This is just one of many examples of texts that have been deliberately forgotten, so imagine what else could be hidden deep within the Vatican archives. Now think with me. If there is a mysterious code within these secret documents, who wrote it? Was he left by someone who knew that one day the truth would come out? Or is it just a piece of a much bigger puzzle that we still can't fully understand? The fact is that this discovery raises more questions than it answers. And the more we look into the Church's past, the more evidence we find that certain information was purposely suppressed, whether to protect faith, to avoid a collapse of beliefs, or to hide something that should never be revealed. The truth is that this mystery is still alive. And you? What do you think this code could mean? Leave your opinion in the comments. Do you believe that the Vatican keeps secrets about Christianity that will never be revealed? Or do you think this is all speculation? Write here in the comments, the Vatican hides secrets if you believe there is something hidden. This will help this video reach more people interested in these mysteries and grow our truth-seeking community. Now, let's go even deeper into this investigation. What exactly does this code reveal? Could it be linked to events that are yet to happen? And why doesn't anyone talk about him? The answer may be closer than we think. Researchers found an enigmatic manuscript hidden in the depths of Vatican Secret Archives, a document that seemed ordinary at first glance, but which, upon closer analysis, revealed something completely unexpected. The parchment contained strange patterns, hidden symbols, and a sequence of characters that didn't make sense at first. However, when experts began to examine every detail, they realized that it wasn't just an ancient text. It was a code, an enigma that remained hidden for centuries. But what does it really mean? Many scholars believe that this mysterious code can hide a secret message, something that was purposely encrypted to be understood only by those who knew how to decipher its clues. What makes this discovery even more intriguing is the fact that there are no official records about this document, and the few who have had access to it report that its origin may be much older than we imagine. If this code was hidden, it is because it reveals something that should not be found. But what could be so dangerous that it was kept secret by the Vatican for so long? One of the most disturbing theories suggests that this code not only contains prohibited information, but could be a prophetic warning. What would happen if, within this manuscript, there were predictions about events that have not yet happened? What if this document hid clues about the future of the Church, the Vatican, or even humanity? Some people believe that texts have been written by monks, priests, or even religious figures who received divine revelation and needed to hide this knowledge so that it would not be destroyed. If this is true, what else could be hidden? Vatican's secret vaults. Another possibility raised by experts is that this code may be directly linked to the origin of the Church and Christianity. The official history we know today was shaped by councils, by decisions by religious leaders who chose which texts should be part of the scriptures and which should be forgotten. But what if this document contains a different version of events? What if he reveals something that would completely change the way we understand the faith, teachings, and even the figure of Jesus Christ? This is not the first time that discoveries like this have appeared and then been silenced. For centuries, apocryphal books were banned, entire gospels were removed from the Bible, prophecies were hidden. The Vatican has always had complete control over what should or should not be released to the public. But will now, with this discovery, the truth finally come to light? What might this code reveal that would make the Church choose to keep it hidden? There is an even darker theory about this code. What if it is not just a lost document, but a message left for the future? Some researchers believe that certain ancient texts were written to be found only at the right time, when humanity was ready to understand their true meaning. What if this is one of those cases? What if this code is waiting to be cracked because its contents are a key to something much bigger? What few know is that throughout history, the Vatican has faced challenges involving secret documents. Some scholars claim that there is evidence that the Vatican Secret Archives hold texts describing encounters with celestial beings, prophetic messages that warn of great changes, and even secrets about the true nature of human existence. If this code is part of this collection of prohibited documents, we could be facing one of the biggest revelations of all time. Now think with me, why has the Church never spoken about this code? Why was such an important document never released? It would be because it contains information that could challenge the authority of the Church, or because he could change the way we see the past, present, and future of Christianity. These questions lead us to another even more worrying question. If this code had never been discovered, would it remain hidden forever? What if there are more hidden secrets that have not yet been revealed? This makes us reflect on what else may be locked away in the depths of the Vatican, away from the public eye, and scholars who try to bring to light the mysteries hidden by the Church. The most impressive thing is that every time someone gets too close to these secrets, something strange happens. Reports from researchers who tried to access prohibited documents talk about disappearances, silencing, and unexpected bans. Some people simply disappear from the academic scene. Others are discredited and ridiculed. This brings us to a scary question. What happens to those who try to unravel the mysteries of the Vatican? And now, I want to know your opinion on all of this. What do you think this code actually means? Do you believe it can contain a forgotten prophecy, one forbidden secret, or something even more disturbing? Comment below. The Vatican hides secrets. If you think there is something hidden that has never been revealed, and if you believe that this code could be linked to end times prophecies, write in the comments. The future has already been written. Your comment can make all the difference so that this video reaches more people and so that we can discuss the issues together. Hidden secrets of the Vatican. And remember, there is still much more to be discovered. What exactly does this code reveal? And what else could be hidden in the Vatican archives? The answer may be more surprising than we imagine. If this code really contains a forbidden secret, we need to ask, what is he trying to hide? There is a secret connection between the Vatican and the true identity of Jesus. Could this code reveal information that contradicts everything we have been taught about the history of Christianity? For centuries, scholars and theologians have debated the possibility that the Church's secret archives have documents that present a different version of biblical events, a version that could change the way we understand not just Jesus Christ, but the entire structure of Christianity. If this code is a piece of this puzzle, it may be hiding clues about the real nature of Christ, his true purpose, and even what happened after his resurrection. Many believed that the Church always knew more than it revealed to the public. Over the centuries, texts were suppressed, Gospels were removed, and entire manuscripts simply disappeared. Why so much concern about hiding certain documents? The only plausible explanation is that this information is too powerful, capable of shaking the faith of millions of people, and even the structure of the Church itself. Some researchers theorize that this code could be a key to forbidden Gospels, texts that could present a very different version of the events that led to the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus. Was this document left on purpose, hoping that one day the truth would be discovered? But there is another, even more intriguing possibility. What if this code is a warning about the end times, hidden in the scriptures? For centuries, apocalyptic prophecies have been studied and interpreted in various ways, and many believe that there are hidden messages within sacred texts that predict events that have not yet happened. If this newly discovered code is linked to these predictions, it could contain signs of a future that the Church tried to hide. Does it reveal dates, events, or signs of things to come? Or does he warn about something that only the highest echelons of the Vatican know about and try to keep secret? The Book of Revelation, one of the most mysterious texts in the Bible, has been interpreted in different ways throughout history. Many believe it describes a great event that will change the world as we know it. But what if this is not the only prophecy hidden in church documents? What if there are other texts that talk about the end times that have never been revealed to the public? This code can be a missing piece of this great puzzle, a revelation that could confirm some of the scariest predictions ever made. Now, imagine for a moment that this code was not created to reveal a secret, but to protect you. There are theories that suggest that certain ancient documents were written in a coded form to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. In the Middle Ages, for example, many scholars, monks, and even scientists were persecuted for disseminating knowledge that went against the dogmas of the Church. If this code was created for this purpose, it means that someone knew that this information would need to be hidden to ensure its survival over the centuries. But who would have written something so dangerous? A member of the Church who disagreed with absolute control over knowledge. A scholar who tried to preserve a truth that was about to be erased. If we look at history, we will see that the Church has had in its hands secrets that, because they were considered dangerous, have been carefully erased from humanity's memory. Documents were burned, texts were banned, and certain information was simply never mentioned again. But are we now, after so many centuries, finally faced with a discovery that could change everything? Does this code contain answers that humanity has been seeking for generations? There is something even more disturbing about this discovery. Some experts claim that this code may be linked to secret orders within the Vatican, groups that, throughout history, have had access to hidden knowledge and that operate behind the scenes of the Church. Many conspiracies suggest that the Vatican has always had a network of highly confidential information, with documents that only a select group of cardinals and scholars can access. If this code really is part of this secret universe, its discovery could mean we are closer than ever to unlocking mysteries that have been protected for centuries. What if this information should never have been found? What if, instead of a document waiting to be discovered, this code was accidentally revealed by someone who shouldn't have found it? This possibility raises a frightening question. What will happen now that this secret has been exposed? Will the Vatican recognize this discovery, or will it try to discredit anyone who dares to speak about it? The fact is that we are facing something too big to ignore. Each new clue leads us to even more questions, and the more we analyze this discovery, the more we realize that there may be something even bigger behind it all. If this code was hidden for so long, it's because it has a meaning that could change everything we know about the history of the Church, about Jesus, and about the future of humanity. Now, I want to know your opinion on this revelation. Do you think this code is on to a forbidden secret of the Church? Do you believe it can contain a hidden prophecy that was never revealed? Write in the comments, "The truth will be revealed," if you believe we're about to discover something great. And if you think the Church hides secrets that will never be revealed, comment, "Vatican Archives hold dark mysteries." Your comment is very important and helps this video reach more people who want to know the truth about the mysteries of the Vatican. But don't think this story ends here. There are still unanswered questions, hidden details, and connections that have not yet been fully explored. What else could be hidden in this code? Has it already been completely deciphered, or are there still hidden messages waiting to be revealed? What will the Vatican do in light of this discovery? These are the questions we need to investigate. Next, because the truth may be much closer than we imagine. The Vatican has always been a place of closely guarded mysteries and secrets. For centuries, important documents have been hidden from the public eye, relegated to impenetrable vaults within the Vatican Secret Archives. But why? What is it about these texts that makes them so dangerous that they are censored and banned? The newly discovered code may be the key to a secret the Church has always known and chosen to keep hidden. The question is, why? What is so shocking about this discovery that it would make the Vatican silence this knowledge for centuries? This would not be the first time that a historical discovery was erased before it became public knowledge. Several researchers who have tried to access prohibited documents have reported difficulties, restrictions, and in some cases, even mysterious persecutions. The Vatican has always had strict control over the information that comes out of its archives, allowing only a select group of scholars to have access to certain sections. And these are not just ordinary documents. We are talking about manuscripts that could rewrite parts of the history of Christianity, forgotten prophecies, apocryphal texts, and perhaps evidence that the version we know today has been meticulously modified over the centuries. But what if the Vatican always knew about this code and, for some reason, decided to keep it hidden? What does it reveal that could compromise the authority of the Church? Some theories suggest that it may be linked to secrets about the origin of the Christian faith, questioning the way in which biblical events were narrated. Others point to a possible record of hidden prophecies, predictions that may have been hidden to avoid panic or, who knows, to prevent certain truths from being understood before the right time. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: this code remained secret for centuries for a reason. If we go back in history, we can find several reports of information censored by the Vatican. In the 13th century, for example, the Church persecuted and condemned Cathars, a Christian sect considered heretical that had books and teachings different from the official doctrine. Many believe that the Cathars had access to texts that contradicted the official version of the Bible and that could shake the structures of Christianity. Their scriptures were destroyed, and the order was exterminated. But what did they know? Could this lost code contain fragments of this forbidden knowledge? And there is also the issue of apocryphal gospels, those that were removed from the Bible and considered uninspired by the Church. Many of these texts contain information that diverges from traditional scriptures, presenting alternative versions of the life of Jesus, the apostles, and even prophecies about the end of times. The Gospel of Thomas, for example, describes teachings of Jesus that are very different from what we find in the canonical Gospels. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene suggests that it had a much more important role in early Christianity than the Church admits. Could this code be related to a lost gospel, a text that never reached the public because its content was too revolutionary? The fact that this discovery remained hidden for so long indicates that there is great resistance to allowing certain knowledge to come to light. Whenever new information emerges that challenges the official narrative, there is a movement to discredit, hide, or silence those involved. Many researchers have tried to disclose Vatican secrets, but their studies are often ignored, marginalized, or even ridiculed. This leads us to think, if there is nothing to hide, why so much effort to keep certain texts away from the public? If we analyze the structure of the Vatican, we will realize that there are several layers of access to information. The Apostolic Library, for example, contains thousands of historical volumes, but only accredited scholars can consult certain documents. And yet, there are parts of secret archives that are inaccessible even to cardinals and bishops. This means that there is an even deeper level of secrecy within the Church, a level where only the Pope and a select few people can access certain manuscripts. If this code was kept secret, it is very likely that it belongs to that category of extremely restricted documents, protected from public curiosity at any cost. Another point that reinforces this theory is the history of documents that have mysteriously disappeared over the years. There are reports of researchers who found clues to prohibited texts within archives, But shortly afterwards, these documents simply disappeared. Some of these people were discouraged from continuing their research. Others had their discoveries discredited. And, in more extreme cases, there are reports that certain scholars disappeared without leaving a trace after trying to publicize their research. What could be so dangerous as to generate such an extreme reaction from the church? Now imagine that this code is not just a simple lost manuscript, but rather a fundamental piece to unveil something even greater. Is it a fragment of a longer document? Could it be a key to deciphering even older texts, which are still hidden within the Vatican's vaults? If this is the case, we may be dealing with a discovery that could change the way we see the entire history of Christian faith. What makes this theory even scarier is that everything indicates that the Vatican already knew about the existence of this code for a long time. If he really was found inside the secret files, then he was there for a reason. It was not forgotten or lost, but rather kept and protected over the centuries. But what exactly does it hide? And why has the Church never spoken about this? Now I want to know your opinion on this mystery. Do you believe that the Vatican keeps secrets that will never be revealed? Do you think this code could be linked to something the Church tried to hide? Comment below. The truth will be revealed if you believe we're about to discover something great. And if you think the Church will never allow this information to come to light, write in the comments, "The Vatican hides the truth." Your comment is very important for this video to reach more people who are also looking for answers to the mysteries that the Church never wanted to be discovered. But this investigation is far from over. There are still unanswered questions, and each new clue leads us to something even deeper. What else could be hidden in the secret files? Could this code be linked to a bigger secret than we imagine? What will the Vatican do now that this discovery has come to light? These are questions that we need to continue investigating, because the truth may be much closer than we think. Vatican Secret Archives have always been an impenetrable mystery for the vast majority of people. Few had access to documents considered forbidden, and those who dared to get too close to these secrets were often prevented from doing so, or had their research suddenly interrupted. This behavior raises a disturbing question. What exactly is hidden inside the Church's coffers? Why so much effort to keep certain texts away from public knowledge? And most importantly, is this newly discovered code linked to a truth so dangerous that the Church simply cannot allow it to come to light? Many researchers who have attempted to gain access to certain manuscripts have reported inexplicable difficulties. Study permits that took years to be approved were suddenly denied, permissions were revoked without explanation, and in some cases, documents that were listed in the archives simply disappeared mysteriously. What could be so alarming as to generate this extreme reaction? Some scholars believe that the Vatican holds even more secret documents, manuscripts that have never been revealed, and that could completely change what we know about the history of Christianity. If this is true, we are looking at something that may have been carefully hidden for centuries, protected at all costs by those who wish to maintain control over sacred knowledge. It is nothing new that the Church has always exercised absolute control over information. During the Middle Ages, for example, manuscripts considered heretical were systematically destroyed to prevent teachings considered dangerous from spreading. The same happened with several apocryphal books, which were deliberately excluded from the official Bible, considered incompatible with the narrative that the Church wanted to establish. But if history has taught us anything, it's that where there is censorship, there are secrets. If a document or code needs to be hidden at all costs, it means that it contains information that could challenge, question, or even dismantle power structures that have been built over centuries. What makes this situation even stranger is that there are records of scholars who claim to have found references to texts that have never been publicly catalogued. Some of these references appear in old notes from priests and monks who had access to this information but never disclosed its contents. Could it be that within the Vatican's secret archives, there are texts that were completely erased from history, documents that contain revelations about the origin of Christianity, about Vatican secrets, or even about future events that the
Church tried to hide? The existence of this mysterious code could be the key to discoveries that have long been buried. If the Church knew of his existence and chose to keep him hidden, it means that he represents a real threat to what we know as truth? What if it is not just an isolated document, but rather part of a network of hidden information that only a select group of people have access to? We cannot ignore that the very structure of the Church is built around layers of knowledge, where
only the highest echelons know what is really hidden deep within the Vatican. Another detail that reinforces this suspicion is the fact that there are several reports of researchers who, when trying to expose sensitive information about the Church, were silenced. Some had their careers destroyed, others simply disappeared from the academic scene. There are even cases of scholars reporting pressure and veiled threats to stop investigating certain documents. This leads us to a disturbing thought. Was there an attempt to silence this code? And if so, who is behind it? It wouldn't be the first time an ominous discovery has been covered up. The very case of Dead Sea Scrolls is an excellent example. These documents, found in caves near the Dead Sea, contained writings that could challenge certain traditional interpretations of the Bible. For years, the Vatican has been accused of trying to delay the complete publication of these texts, and to this day there are parts of the manuscripts that have never been made available to the public. If this happened with the Dead Sea Scrolls, why wouldn't it happen with a code found within the Church's own archives? And there is another question that needs to be raised. If this code was hidden, has it already been deciphered? Imagine for a moment that the Church not only knew of his existence, but also understood what he meant. If this is true, your message may be something that should never be discovered by the public, something that would call into question the structure of the Christian faith, revealing knowledge that had been carefully guarded for generations. It may be that this discovery is just the tip of the iceberg, a fragment of something much larger that the Church struggles to keep secret. After all, why is some information considered so dangerous that it needs to be kept completely confidential? It may be because they contain truths that cannot be denied, evidence that cannot be ignored. The Vatican itself has experienced situations in which it tried to suppress documents that contradicted certain dogmas, and this could be another one of those attempts. But if this code came to light now, we might be at the right time to finally unravel what's behind it. And now I want to know what you think about all this. Do you believe this code was intentionally hidden by the Vatican? Do you think there are even more secret documents that have never been revealed to the public? Comment below. The Vatican hides something bigger. If you believe there are more secrets kept in the secret archives, and if you think that the Church already knew about the existence of this code and tried to silence it, write in the comments, "The truth has been suppressed." Your comment is very important for this video to reach more people who are also looking for answers about the mysteries hidden by the Church. But this investigation is far from over. If this code was kept secret, what else could be hidden? Is it linked to lost prophecies or even the warning about the future of humanity? What might the Vatican be trying to keep us from knowing? These are questions that need to be answered, because the truth may be much closer than we imagine. Throughout history, humanity has always used codes and encrypted messages to hide information that could not fall into the wrong hands. From the hieroglyphics of Egypt to secret documents from World War II, there have always been hidden messages waiting to be deciphered. But when we talk about a mysterious code found in Vatican Secret Archives, we are dealing with something much larger, something that may contain a secret so powerful it had to be hidden for centuries. Some historians believe that the ancients used codes to protect knowledge considered sacred, messages that could not be understood by anyone. Within religious manuscripts, there is evidence of repetitive patterns, numbers that appear strategically and words that, when rearranged, form hidden messages themselves. Apocryphal Gospels are an example of texts that were written in an enigmatic way, with deep symbolism that could only be understood by those who had the correct understanding. This raises an even more intriguing question. What if this code found in the Vatican is a message that only a few people should decipher? On the other hand, there are those who believe that everything can be just a translation error or a misinterpretation. We know that over the centuries, manuscripts were copied by hand, translated and retranslated countless times. Small errors may have accumulated, turning a simple message into something seemingly mysterious. But is this explanation enough? If it was just a mistake, why was this code hidden inside the secret files? If it wasn't important, why was it never publicized or studied openly? These questions lead us to believe that there is something much bigger behind this discovery. When we talk about hidden documents in the Vatican, we are dealing with centuries of information that has been carefully filtered. During the Middle Ages, for example, the Church maintained absolute control over knowledge, deciding which information should be preserved and which should be destroyed. This code can be the key to something that has been deliberately erased from history, a fragment of a larger text that can reveal a deep secret about faith, the Church, or even the future of humanity. There are records of other mysterious codes found throughout history, many of which remain unexplained to this day. One of the most famous is the Voynich manuscript, an ancient book written in an unknown language and filled with enigmatic illustrations. To date, no one has been able to completely decipher its contents. Another case is the Rohonsi Codex, a medieval document with symbols that do not belong to any known alphabet. What do these codes have in common? Everyone seems to carry hidden messages that defy logic and human understanding. What if this code found in the Vatican is in the same category? There is a theory that suggests that these ancient codes were written for a future time, coded messages waiting for humanity to reach a level of knowledge capable of understanding them. Many believe that texts like Book of Enoch, your lost Gospels, and even certain passages of official Bible, they may contain messages that would only be fully understood at the right time. But if that's the case, why would the Vatican try so hard to keep this code hidden? The fact that it remained hidden within the Church's most restricted archives indicates that it was not simply forgotten or lost. Someone, at some point, decided that this document should not be accessible to the public. This means that he contains something powerful, something that can challenge dogma and established beliefs. But what could be so impactful? If we analyze the historical context, we will see that the Church has always been extremely selective about the information it shares. Many religious texts were excluded from the official Bible, considered dangerous or incompatible with established doctrine. Is this code linked to any of these texts? Could it be a lost piece of much greater knowledge that has been silenced over the centuries? Another disturbing possibility is that this code may be linked to prophecies. Throughout history, several prophecies were recorded and then hidden, especially those that predicted major changes in the structure of the Church or catastrophic events that could affect humanity. And if this code is a warning about something yet to come, something so important that it had to be kept secret for centuries, if there's anything we've learned from the Vatican's secrets, it's that where there is mystery, there is something they don't want us to know. This discovery cannot just be a coincidence. If this code really was hidden inside the secret archives, there is a reason for that. But will we ever have access to the complete truth? Or will this discovery, as with other banned documents, be silenced before the world can fully understand it? Now, I want to know your opinion about this revelation. Do you believe this code was hidden because it contains a secret that could change everything we know? Or do you think there is a simpler explanation for this? Comment below. The Vatican keeps secrets if you believe there is something hidden waiting to be discovered, and if you think this code could be part of forbidden knowledge that was hidden from humanity. Write in the comments, "The truth is hidden." Your comment is very important for this video to reach more people who also want to understand the mysteries that the Church never wanted to reveal. But this story is not over yet. If this code was kept secret for so long, what else could be hidden in the Vatican's secret archives? Are we facing a revelation that could change the history of Christianity forever? Or are there forces working behind the scenes to ensure this mystery is never completely revealed? These are questions that need to be answered, because the truth may be much closer than we imagine. If this mysterious code really exists within the Vatican Secret Archives, we need to ask ourselves, what is he trying to tell us? Was it a hidden revelation, a secret buried for centuries, or something even more disturbing? The fact that it is hidden among confidential church documents raises a disturbing theory. What if he is a prophecy? An encrypted message that contains clues about a big change within the Vatican, or even a warning about events that are yet to happen? History is full of apocalyptic prophecies that have been hidden, distorted, or simply ignored. The Vatican itself has been accused of keeping secret prophecies from public knowledge. One of the most famous cases is the Third Secret of Fatima, a revelation made by the Virgin Mary to 3 children in Portugal in 1917. For decades, The Church resisted fully, divulging this secret, and when it finally did, many believed that the version presented was incomplete or even manipulated. Some theorists claim that the true content of this prophecy spoke of a deep crisis within the Church, an internal betrayal, and events that could lead to its destruction. Now, imagine that this discovered code is linked to something similar. Does it carry a warning that the Vatican simply cannot let reach the public? If we analyze the Bible, we will see that many prophecies about the end of times are described in an enigmatic way, almost like codes waiting to be deciphered. The book of Revelation is full of symbols, numbers, and metaphors which to this day generate debates about its true meaning. Some believe that these texts speak about future events, and that some of these predictions may have been recorded in confidential documents within the Vatican itself. If this newly discovered code is a fragment of a prophetic text that has not yet been fully revealed, this
could mean that we're closer than ever to a big reveal. And we can't forget that encrypted messages inside religious documents are not something new. Several scholars claim that there are hidden messages within the Bible, patterns of letters that, when rearranged, form words and phrases with surprising meanings. This is known as the Bible Code, a theory that suggests that the Bible contains hidden messages about the future, which can only be revealed when read correctly. If the Bible itself can
contain such profound secrets, what would prevent other sacred texts from also hiding messages intended only for those who knew how to interpret them? What if this code discovered in Vatican documents is one of those messages, waiting to be deciphered at the right moment? There is yet another possibility that makes everything even more mysterious. What if the code is a warning left by someone from the past? Many believe that important figures in the Church possessed knowledge that was never publicly disclosed. Some of these people may have realized something that they could not reveal openly, and so they created codes or symbols to preserve this information until it could be discovered. Could this code be a warning from someone who knew that one day the truth would need to come out? History has already shown us that many important discoveries were suppressed because they were too dangerous to disclose. If this code actually contains a secret that could change everything we know about the Vatican, faith, and even the future, this would explain why he remained hidden for so long. If the Church already knew of his existence and never spoke about him, this means that someone made a conscious decision to keep it away from the public. And then a disturbing question arises. Has the Vatican already cracked this code? If it was stored within the secret archives, this could indicate that the Church had access to its message a long time ago. If this is the case, what exactly was discovered? If it is a warning about something to come, are we getting closer to the moment when this prophecy will begin to be fulfilled? And if it is a revelation about something that already happened and was hidden, what could be so impactful that it could be swept under the rug of history? When we look at the latest developments inside the Vatican, it is clear that there is something going on behind the scenes. In recent years, the Church has faced internal crises, unexpected changes, and scandals that shook his reputation. Could this code be related to this silent transformation that is taking place within the institution? There are those who believe that there is a struggle for power within the Vatican, and some of these changes may be the result of secrets that have begun to be discovered. If there's one thing we know for sure, it's that the Church never does anything without a reason. If this code was kept hidden for so long, there is an explanation for it. What we don't yet know is whether it will be completely revealed or whether, like so many other disturbing discoveries throughout history, he will be suppressed before the world can know his true message. Now I want to know your opinion. Do you believe this code could be a hidden prophecy about the future of the Church and the world? Do you think your message was already deciphered by the Vatican, but never revealed? Comment here below. The prophecy was hidden if you believe that we are facing something great that has not yet been completely revealed. And if you think this code is a warning about something to come, write in the comments, the future has already been written. Your comment is very important for this video to reach more people who are also looking for answers to the mysteries that the Church never wanted to disclose. But this story is still far from over. If this code is a warning about the future, what exactly is he trying to tell us? Are there more documents hidden within the Vatican Secret Archives that could help decipher this message? And if the Vatican already knows the truth, what else could be hidden from the world? These are questions that still need answers, because the truth may be much closer than we imagine. The Vatican never officially commented on this discovery. No statement, no explanation, no effort to clarify whether this mysterious code really exists, or if it is just another myth lost within the secret church archives. But this is not a surprise. History shows that whenever something comes along that could challenge the official narrative of Christianity, the Church opts for absolute silence. This strategy has been used many times in the past, when forbidden documents were found, when ancient texts questioned dogma, and when manuscripts that could rewrite the history of Christianity came to light. But why would this specific code need to be hidden? What is it about him that makes the Holy See prefers to maintain mystery rather than simply clarifying the truth? If this discovery were insignificant, why many documents remain inaccessible to researchers? Centuries have passed, technology has advanced, but 85 kilometers of hidden Vatican archives remain locked, protected and restricted to a very small number of people. Only a few hand-picked historians can have access to certain texts, and even then, under strict control. Any research request must be approved directly by authorities within the Church, and even when permission is granted, much information is vetoed, entire pages of manuscripts are suppressed, and there are entire sections of the archives that simply cannot be accessed by anyone outside. What exactly are they hiding? If this code were not important, it would have already been published, analyzed, and demystified. But that didn't happen. And that brings us to an even more intriguing question. If there is nothing to hide, why doesn't the Vatican release these texts? If this code is nothing more than a translation error or misinterpretation, wouldn't it be much easier to release the document, allow historians to study it, and prove that it means nothing? The mere fact that this discovery is shrouded in so much secrecy is already evidence that there is something much bigger behind this. Could this code contain a secret message about the future of the Church? Something that challenges the official history of Christianity? Or maybe a hidden prophecy that could generate panic if it were revealed to the public? The Vatican has a history of hiding documents considered dangerous. Just remember what happened to the apocryphal Gospels, texts that were removed from the Bible and declared heretical because they contained narratives that went against established dogmas. Many of these texts talked about Jesus' childhood, hidden teachings, and even questions about his true identity. If these texts were hidden because contradicted the official version of Christianity, what would stop the Church from doing the same with code found in its own archives? Furthermore, we cannot ignore reports of researchers who tried to access confidential Vatican documents and were blocked without a convincing explanation. Some claimed they were blocked at the last minute, even after years of trying to get permission. Others claimed that, when requesting access to certain texts, were instructed to withdraw from the research. And there are those who simply didn't get any response. What's even stranger is that, in some cases, manuscripts that should have been in the archives simply disappeared, as if they had never existed. But if they never existed, why are there records of their cataloging? This proves that the Vatican has the power to delete information when necessary, and if this code were something insignificant, it would have already been discarded like any other unimportant document. Another possibility is that this code may be linked to secret societies that have always operated behind the scenes of the Church. The Vatican had a very close relationship with mysterious orders, like the Templars, the Jesuits, and Freemasonry, groups that for centuries were accused of keeping forbidden knowledge. It would not be difficult to imagine that this code could have been created by a member of the Church who had access to hidden information and wanted to protect it from possible historical erasure. Or worse, it could have been a message sent to warn of something that only the highest echelons of the Church should know. But if this is the case, the question that remains is, who managed to find this code now, and what exactly is it trying to tell us? What if this code were not just a simple document, but a piece of a much larger puzzle? Is it connected to other texts hidden within the Vatican Secret Archives? Could he be a key to decipher hidden messages in even older manuscripts? If this is the case, we may be dealing with a monumental revelation, something that has been hidden for generations, and that, if revealed, could change the way humanity views faith, religion, and the power of the Church. What makes everything even more suspicious is that the Vatican, no need to explain your secrets. he simply chooses to remain silent, keeping doors closed and ensuring that only a select group of people have access to this information. But why? Is the fear of this code finally being understood so great that the only solution is to pretend it never existed? Or does the church already know exactly what this code means? And are you just waiting for the right time to release it? Now, I want to know your opinion. Do you believe the Vatican hides this code because it contains a forbidden secret? Or do you think there's something even bigger hidden within the Church's secret archives? Comment here below. The Vatican hides something much bigger if you believe this code is just one part of an even deeper mystery. And if you think the Church will never reveal the truth about this, write in the comments, the truth will never be revealed. Your comment is essential for this video to reach more people who are also looking for answers about the hidden secrets that the Vatican never wanted to disclose. But this story is still far from over. If this code was hidden, it means that there's something more waiting to be discovered. If it really contains an important message, are there other clues that have not yet been found? Will the Vatican continue to deny the existence of this code, or will it, at some point, be forced to reveal the truth? These are questions that still need answers, because the truth may be much closer than we imagine. If this mysterious code really contains a forbidden secret, we are facing something that can completely change our view of the history of Christianity. What exactly has been hidden all these centuries? He would be a dangerous revelation about the origins of the Church, something that questions the official narrative about the early years of Christianity, or maybe a document that directly contradicts the teachings of the Bible, revealing information that the Church considered unacceptable. The simple fact that this code was kept within the Vatican Secret Archives, away from the public eye, is already evidence that something much bigger is being hidden. But the big question is, why? Many believe that the Church always knew more than he revealed. This is nothing new. For centuries, texts considered dangerous were banned. Books were removed from the Bible. Documents mysteriously disappeared. If we go back in history, we will see that many church councils determined which scriptures would be accepted and which would be erased from the memory of humanity. But what if this code is the lost piece of forbidden knowledge, a fragment of a truth that was erased so that no one else would have access to it? And if we are dealing with a document that proves that the history of Christianity has been rewritten? There are theories that suggest that, in the early centuries, there were several different versions of Jesus' teachings, and that some of these versions were simply eliminated, while others were modified to fit into the power structure that the Church wanted to establish. This code could be the key to one of these forgotten teachings, a piece of a forbidden gospel, or a message hidden within an ancient manuscript that survived the Church's relentless control over religious history. Another frightening possibility is that this code was written as a warning, and if it contains a prophecy that was suppressed because it revealed something the Church could never allow the world to know. Some theories suggest that, in the Vatican's secret documents, there are predictions about the future of humanity, and that some of these revelations were kept strictly confidential because they could shake people's faith. If this code is an alert about a great change that is yet to come, an event that could transform the Vatican or even the world, this would explain why he was never revealed. If there is anything we have learned from the mysteries of the Vatican, it is that everything that has been hidden has a reason to be kept secret. Nothing is locked away secret files without a very strong reason. If this code had no importance, it would have already been released for study, analyzed and explained by historians. But that wasn't what happened. On the contrary, he remained hidden, away from the public eye, protected within one of the most restricted archives in the world. This means that he may contain something that the Church cannot allow to be discovered. There is a pattern when it comes to documents banned by the Vatican. In many cases, when a text is found that could challenge established beliefs, he simply disappears. It's already happened to ancient manuscripts, with texts that mention different passages from the Bible, and even with records of historical events that the Church prefers to keep secret. If this code has already been studied within the Vatican, it is possible that it has been classified as too dangerous to disclose, and for this reason, it has been kept hidden until today. What if this code is connected to one of the biggest religious conspiracies in history? There are theories that suggest that the Vatican keeps secrets that could completely change the way we see spirituality. Some believe that the Church has records about the true teachings of Jesus, documents that show a different side of his story, something that was never publicly revealed. If this code is a clue to these hidden knowledge, we are facing a discovery that may be more important than any other ever made in the Church archives. But if this revelation can change everything, what else could be hidden in the Vatican's secret archives? Is this code just the tip of the iceberg, a small piece of a much larger puzzle? Could there be other hidden documents waiting to be discovered? What if this code is just a fragment of an even more extensive text, a complete document that the Church will never allow to be revealed? If there's one thing we know about secrets, it's that they never stay hidden forever. Something always escapes, fragments come to light, and little by little, the truth reveals itself. If this code survived and was found now, it may be because the time is right for humanity to discover what is being hidden. But will the Vatican allow this to happen? Or will you do everything in your power to bury this discovery before it can be studied? I know that did you feel the voice of God speaking to your heart through this video? Don't ignore this call. This means that you need to continue on this journey in search of the truth. Subscribe to the channel now and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos, because there are still many hidden secrets that need to be revealed. I know that, and you've come this far. It proves that you are a person who seeks the truth and is not satisfied with superficial explanations. Then, I want to know your opinion. Comment here below. The truth will be revealed to show that you are part of this group of people who want to see beyond what we were taught. Your comment is very important for this video to reach more people and for this investigation to continue. And before leaving, don't forget to leave a like. If you made it to the end, it's because this video caught your attention and made you reflect. So, click the like button now to support this work and help this content reach more people. And now, if you want to continue on this journey and discover more hidden secrets of the Vatican, watch the next video that is appearing on your screen now. Click and come with me, because the truth may be much closer than we imagine.